Okay, hello. So let's talk. It's been a hot minute since I made a video that I've been talking. Um, we'll talk about two things, two major topics to kind of keep this a little bit structured. So we'll talk about factory, small factory things, and then some other stuff about the game itself. So factory wise, I haven't done too much. I've been moving around little things, thinking about 1.4 and what I want to build there. But in terms of redoing the base, I probably won't redo the factory. The way it's built, I very much like. And aside from these different little areas where I had to cram stuff in for the new stuff, I don't really know what I'd change. Woodling City is great. Marker Stone, if I can move some stuff out of Marker Stone, that'd be great, but it's fine as it is. I'm not really too worried about it. I like the way Marker Stone looks. It's distinctly different. All three of the factory areas are distinctly different, so. But in terms of things I've changed, I think I already showed this, but I did the double belt. I went back to the double belt, mostly because this was an original design I made, and I wanted these four to be in line, like lined up with each other. That's what I really wanted. This does have a slight overflow protection of the Hedonite components right here. I didn't need to do this, but it actually turned out to be a kind of a good thing to have this splitter into splitter, where if the Hedonite components fill up, your other stuff can continue coming out and going in, which I thought was pretty cool. If I had known that, I probably would have made a default build, but the main thing I was trying to save people from was all these extra boxes. So I figured people would much rather have 3 extra boxes than to have this as 2 lanes and lined up. So I went with that route. I moved my power up here. I wanted to see what it would look like would it look cool if the batteries came off the belt, like the banks picked up batteries right off the belt, and it actually did turn out to be cool. I actually had them like right here at first, but it looked kind of weird, so I moved them kind of back, and it still looks kind of weird. I kind of got to figure out what I want to do with this, because I think it could look really cool. I just got to figure it out. I don't know yet. I can't really move this depot unloader because this one's hanging off the edge already, so that was kind of limiting. But I still like this. I like especially this little area right here, and I debated on moving one of those shredders to right here to fill in this area, so there's like 2 lines in each side. But yeah, you see this not happening. So I'm not gonna do it. This block doesn't need to be here. This block is extra, but yeah, it's gonna be how it is. Let's go to Jingu, because Jingu has a few changes, but not like anything major. Most of the stuff I did was in Marker Stone, and it wasn't really like big. So, okay, so I still kept the thermal banks here, but as you can see, they're not really doing anything. I just left them. This whole little setup right here is not exactly needed, because now the powder is just 30 a minute going straight into the crucible and not the extra split off. Because I was like, man, you know what, I'm trying to balance. I was trying to do this funky thing of like, could I have it making 30 a minute like Jinkow and then like 12 a minute Yazin, and then it was slightly off on the 30 a minute. If it was slightly off on the 12 a minute, I would have been fine, but the 30 a minute, that was not right, so I ended up scrapping the idea. But from that idea, I was like, man, we are overproducing in this factory like crazy. So instead of trading in Jinkow powder or Yazin powder, I just trade in like heavy Shironite now. And every 5 days, I gotta dump out all this heavy Shironite because this thing fills up so quickly. So, so this was an experiment to catch overflow if I ever got overflow, but because this belt is so long, it doesn't happen. I would have to move this back to like here, and it would happen. But yeah, it actually, so I could get rid of this, but this is all right. I did figure out the water situation here as well to get this balanced even down to the 30 a minute. 30 a minute is half of 60 a minute. This all sounds so weird. And one pump can support 2 buildings, so I don't need half a pump. I needed 1/4 of water is actually what I needed. So that's what I had to pull out over here. The first splitter splits it into 1/2. The second splitter splits it into 1/4, going to the left and forward, right? So that's how we got this. We'll use this concept again in Marker Stone a bit, but the Marker Stone one, I don't know the actual numbers on that. But not too much happening here in Jingyu, and over in Marker Stone, I've done just some minor cosmetic stuff. It's minor stuff, man. It's not really a big deal. So I think I redid this a little bit, but I think this was done for the main build, isn't it? Isn't this done for the main build? Like either one, doesn't even matter which one. Oh, it would be in North. Well, I think they're different between North. Okay, no, yeah, it is. I think this one might actually be a little different. Where's MS? 4, I think up here it's a little different, isn't it? Yeah, this one's a little different. So yeah, in here, and this guy, it's already solved, so never mind. So I didn't do that, but what I did was over here I found out I could get these pipes without a splitter up, like going all the way through, and kind of break them out into 4 pipes. I think it's 5. Yeah, 5 pipes right here, and let's put the splitter like over here instead, right? And I could get this to not use one more pipe converger because of that, because it didn't need to like carry, and I don't know, it ended up working out pretty good. Still managed to stay with my whole, all of sewage is mostly moving to the right. I mean, obviously except for here, right? It has to move to the left and then the right, but still pretty cool little concept I was able to pull off for the most part. I didn't do anything here. I had some errors where I actually ran out of ferrium powder, and that caused all of this to clog up. All of this clogged up because I actually filled up on cuprium powder. I don't have as 82,000 because I just dumped like 50,000, but I filled up on this because when you're making like 300 a minute, it fills up pretty quickly, pretty quick. So you know that clogged really quickly. Once that clogged, sewage clogged, which caused this to clog, as a whole thing I had to go in there fix. So I thought actually this had broke, but this doesn't break. This doesn't break. So that was fun. Did a little experimenting with this water treatment unit and like conduits and trying to get this water over here, but man, I can't figure it out. I could probably do something if I swap their places and then had the depot unloaders on the wall, but like I'm not doing that. So I was like, ah, screw it. I was trying to move this protocol stash up to like here, and then I could put a water tank right there, a fluid tank that can stay there. But this pipe is in the way, so y'all could actually do that. I would have redone that in the build. I would have actually put, if I redo the blueprints, I would put this here and then put the water tank, the fluid tank here for people, so they can easily understand how this goes in. But it's whatever now. No, I don't think I really changed too much else down here. Oh, the water. So I got this water to actually even out. What I do is, with the purification node, the water gets dumped. The water gets dumped into this conduit inlet, right? And this conduit inlet goes all the way to the back to this conduit outlet, and then it dumps into the river in this fluid supply unit, right? So what you see here is another splitting into fourths and getting a fourth of that water. And when I just kept splitting and messing with it to see if it would work, honestly. And that's how I got it to work. So that's the perfect amount it needs with the like weird 23 it's making or something. So that's that. Not like I said, not too much. I'm just waiting, chilling with 1.4. I did contingency contract. I didn't do anything cool. I got 41 clear, but the song is so fucking cool. I got a 41 clear using the Estella. And I was like, oh, cool, nice, she's meta. But like, I was already playing her in a bootleg freeze comp. So I did it with obviously Goburner and Wolfguard, who I also already had built, but not fully built and optimized. And I've been looking at guides on playing it, how like Snake Girl is pretty good. Roshi is good. I did it with Roshi, but I can use her to burst on the third boss because he's really freaking annoying. Because you can only use her ult like once basically, right? So I was like, kill Roshi, kill this man now. And she did. There was something else I was supposed to talk about, and I forgot what it was that quick. Oh, excuse me. I do think it's funny that like contingency contract has come out, right? And so now like combat guides are coming out, like these high level, high performing guides are starting to come out from those kind of creators and just like people playing. And I absolutely love that because it's funny of like builds were kind of sus because we didn't actually know what people would need. So like Mifu, like Arch Intensity Mifu is really strong for this contingency contract, right? And you know, that's what you would kind of recommend to somebody, like play an Arch Intensity Mifu, not physical damage build Mifu. So like my Mifu is physical damage because I didn't know what contingency contract was going to be, which is kind of funny. And now though, anyway, those guys are like making it. So now like the high level factory, as a high level, I'm putting some quotation marks by the way, as a high level factory guide maker, I feel like it's funny of like, all right guys, it's your turn now. Like I'm passing the baton to the combat guy. Like, hey, it's your turn now. Make some guys, you know, for the community. So that's pretty fun. There was something else I was talking about, and I forgot what it was, and I kept thinking about it, and I was supposed to write it down, so I write things down, so I know I forget, I didn't do it. Oh, I know what it was. So I've actually made this video of like, oh, here's the factory improvements, and I'm like yapping about some other stuff like 3 times now. This is like the 3rd time, because I keep making it and then not being happy with what I talk about after the factory improvements, right? So what I was talking about was like some personal growth and some thoughts about the game, but what it really turned into was thoughts about other people's thoughts on the game, and that's really gross. I do not like when I talk like that and get like that, because I think wow, because I think I think good, because I think it's like immature. It represents like a more immature version of myself I'm trying to grow out of. And it's not that thinking about that is bad. It's that I don't want to validate those feelings for myself by putting that into the world and making you now hear it too, right? That's not discussion. It's just me yapping. And one of the things that really put that in perspective, because I kept feeling that, I'm like, I don't want to put this out there, man. There's something about this doesn't seem right. I feel like I'm adding to the negativity of this game, even though I'm not talking about the negative aspects of the game. I saw a video earlier today, and this solidified my decision as like the right one. This isn't what I saw to convince me to do it. There was like some video of some VTuber talking about, like, the name of the video was like Enfield players want the game to EOS, and I'm like, what? Who's saying that? Because I'm not really plugged into the community like to know that, to be wherever that's going on, and I don't want to be, because that's crazy. And I clicked the video and they were like, watch the original video instead, and I was like, oh, okay, what's the original video? And it was, god dang it, Sanctonis, man. And look, I don't like that guy, but I can't knock the hustle bro has found of exploiting the shit out of gacha game players and just being a complete drama farm, alright? Bro is getting his bag, I'm not mad at it. I don't want to be around it though. You know what I mean? So, there's Embrace down there. So like, I didn't want to watch that video. I was like, I skimmed through it a little bit, because like, is he just talking about like gacha Enfield players being, like, what? And it was like something named like the community, the worst gacha game community. And I thought he was going to talk about like how people hate this game or something. But I skimmed through, like, and I mean, like, I skipped like 5-10 minute chunks. It was something about like the glaze of the game for people who like it. And I was like, all right, I don't know, man. I'm too old for this shit. Like, whatever the fuck bro is talking about, man. look, him and his community keep that shit over there. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Him and his community should keep that over there. I don't have a community. It's just whatever y'all come in and listen to me yap and like want factory stuff, right? Because I don't really talk about factory like I need to. I need to get back on that. I want to get back on that too. But I was like, yeah, this isn't me, man. I'm not plugged into this community and what people hate. I did some of the YouTube comments and they were very weird. I was like, these are weird people, man. This isn't the kind of stuff I want to be reading or be around in the space I want to be around, right? And I was like, okay, that's the right decision to not talk about some of this stuff. I guess I'm lampshading it a little bit, but it was like, what do I want to talk about? Like, what are the stuff I care about? Like, do I want to be talking about how dumb the gacha game community is? Yeah, motherfucker, we know. Like, the average person is playing this game, all right? Like, the average gacha game player ain't very good. We already know. I don't need to rehash it. Like, jokes, we get it. We get the joke. Like, we get it, and whatever. But it's also, like, a lot of disparate communities talking, right? You can say, on Reddit, they say, but who the fuck is they? I'm on Reddit saying stuff. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. It's different communities, so you can just straw man whatever you want, whatever argument you want, and point to the one comment you see to like talk about it. Right? So, not what I want to do. Even though I'm kind of doing it now, whatever. My growth has to be in just being like, man, that's crazy what they're doing. Like, and those are spaces I'm not going to be in. I'm not going. I kind of don't use Reddit as much anymore. I don't really use the Discord. I don't really use Discord like that at all anyway. I use Discord more like Dolby Axon. Oh god. Like a chat program, a voice chat program more than a social media program. And whatever was going on in infield Twitter just continues as I've tried to train my algorithm. It keeps taking it away from me. So like whatever. And so I don't know what the community thinks about this game. And you know what? I don't really care because the people who like this game are just playing the game, right? Like most people are actually not on social media talking about these games. They're just not. They're just living their life. They come home, they log in and play the game and do their thing. My boy Seto, he's like my fucking grounding rod, man. This guy just likes playing the game. And I'm like, shit, man, me too. I just like playing the game, right? Whatever it means to play the game, I like doing that, right? Sometimes that's content, stuff, new content, whatever. But I just log in and play, and then when I don't feel like playing anymore, I just log out. Is that simple, right? I don't really complain about the game. There's things, of course, I would like to be fixed. But like, whatever, you know? But that's just a normal human take, I think. And I had got into like talking about these people and, you know, strawmanning who they are and all this shit. And I was like, yeah, no. This low vibrational shit right here, right? I don't know who these people are. I don't know their life. And sure, we can make some assumptions, but like, how do I know I'm right? Oh yeah, I don't, right? I don't actually know at all. So talking about people like that is just strawmanning, you know, the worst person I can think of, and being like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, is it, and why? You know, so I don't know. That's just some thoughts I had about what kind of content I want to put out. And when I say content, I mean really just what I'm gonna yap about. Even, I mean, that's content too, right? But I don't want to talk about stuff like that and put that kind of energy out there when I'm trying to be a better person than that, right? I'm trying to be better. I want to be like Seto when I grow up. Yeah. So anyway, what else do I have to talk about? So other stuff. Today, we got Camille reveal. Well, not reveal, but we got to see what I've been waiting for is his weapon. I actually rolled a pretty crazy roll on his weapon already. Not this. I've done etching on this, but it was like 1-4-1, so it was 4 heat damage, and I was like, hell yeah, brother. which Mifu's came at the very end after doing a ton of farming for hers. I was like, oh my gosh, finally. But his came much earlier. So, but if you have not seen it, his weapon is pretty good. I mean, all the single weapons are gonna be good, right? Well, Gilberta's is kind of sus, but his weapon is going to buff attack and heat damage. I think when he like recovers SP, it's attack percent, and then when he applies heat infliction, it's heat damage to the team, right? And that attack buff is good enough. It's good enough, bro. That thing is so, it don't even matter unless the numbers are in the trash, which they are definitely not going to be, because it needs to be better than Thermite Cutter. It's going to be pretty good. And I'm sure he'll work in physical teams as well, because if you remember, how do I see this thing? Is this it? Yeah. So like this is his battle pass weapon. When it apply, no, give me that. Yeah, give me max. We'll use this. So like when the wielder's skill applies heat infliction, wielder gains physical and heat damage plus 8% for 20 seconds. When the wielder's skill applies heat susceptibility, the entire team gains 4% physical and heat damage, right? With that at 6, I think 6 is, yeah, with 6 being 8%. So there's a good chance that battle pass weapon is going to be way better, and it's like agility and heat damage, and then it has that weird fourth passive that some weapons have. Like I think Mifu's has it.
We're Battleforge teammates, right?
Yeah, like the physical damage dealt on the combative. He has ult gain efficiency, so it's just going to be better than the battle pass weapon again. What is this thing actually? I'm really looking forward to that guy. I think he's gonna be really fun. I have farmed up a lot of stuff for him. Yeah, here it is. This guy. The Blessing of Lustrous Carmine. So agility boost, heat damage boost, flow, absorber of guilt. Ultimate gain efficiency increase when the wielder's skill recovers SP. The entire team gains increased attack for a certain duration. When the wielder's skill applies heat infliction, the entire team gains increased heat damage for a certain duration. These two effects apply separately and do not stack, right? So that's gonna be Giga. It's gonna be a good weapon. Because I was worried about that too, of like, man, this thing has to be Thermite Cutter or Akakuri is just gonna be too strong. So I'm pretty sure every Vanguard character is going to be tied to their Thermite Cutter weapon type, and I'm kind of okay with that. They'll probably do something eventually of making a, I don't know what they're gonna do actually, but I'm guessing every Vanguard of every weapon class is going to get something like that. So, you know, that's going to be pretty fun. I have the contingency contract gave a ton of resources, so I'm ready. I'm almost ready, I believe. Aside from these orange mats, I have everything to fully max him out to 13. Mifu, I didn't max out to 13. But Camille, I will, and then I'll come back and get Mifu because I didn't max her out. I also learned today, you know, I've been playing this game since release. You know what I learned? The tier. I always wondered why, like, these second tier skills, bro. It's so hard to get these things. These ones, I always thought they were kind of crap, but they're beta gamma. The gamma is a higher tier, and so on Dapan Da, get it? Who fights with Dapan? I never leveled his and I never looked at it, but it's 16% control next. I was like, bro, I've been inting this. I gotta do him and Snowshine. I gotta promote them to 90, so I'm gonna do them after I get Camille up. I'll come back and get them so I can have that extra 8% regen boost, because I only did it for Li Fong, and I thought he got it because he was a 6-star. I thought the 5 stars just didn't get it, and boy was I wrong. So I gotta go get that fixed up. I'll get that fixed after I get Camille up. I'm looking forward to him. Sweet Resonator is coming. but we don't know when. They teased her with alongside these two, and then we didn't get her announced. We got the idol girl announced, and I'm like, so is Sweet Operator coming still in 1.4 or what? Like, are we doing another like solo release? Because that solo release was very weird. But it's kind of okay. We did a triple release on launch, then a double release, then a solo release, now a double release. So we'll see what we get. We'll see what we get with wow, my brain is slow today. We'll see what we get with whatchamacallit with 1.4. But I'm trying to pull almost every character at this point. I didn't want Levitain because I did not understand how she played. I thought she was kind of whack, but now that I get it, she's actually not so bad. I thought Yvonne was cute, but played kind of fun, but was like kind of underwhelming. So it wasn't until I saw Rosine and Tong Tong, and I was like, oh cool. But Tong Tong also was kind of weird. I didn't really want her, so I didn't pull her. But for the most part, I plan on pulling almost every character and their signature weapon. So I'm just treating this like Wu-Wa. But I'm not pulling copies. I don't think copies are worth it in this game. I don't care about 47 plus contingency contract clears, so like I'm not doing all that.
Let me pick a song first.
And it's so expensive to level to get copies in this game that I cannot justify that to myself. And like I could do it, but good lord, do I want to? Because lord, I don't want to do all that. That's kind of crazy, so I'm not doing that. One thing I will say, because I said I won't talk bad about the game or anything, I'm not putting that out there, but one thing I will say that I have a major criticism of this game is good. I put it in quotation marks, criticism. I really dislike that they released these zones like Chingbo Stockade and Sword Vault Dale and kind of Jingyu Valley, but I mean that has an outpost, right? And like, man, there's like no reason to go back to them. Like,
I see a word.
like to not explore them, but like walk around in them or something. So like, Genshin has the stuff on the map that you got to go farm for gold, like gold and EXP books. They go around the map, so you can go out into the map and you got to follow them around. They spawn and like move every so often or whatever. And Wu-Wa, you have to kill overworld mobs to get like leveling mats, right? So those give us reasons to kind of go out into the world, and that's cool. That's chill stuff I can do, not really thinking too hard. But this game, unfortunately, we have that, and I really wish they would put something in to like just to encourage us and make it part of the routine, the weekly routine, daily routine, whatever, to go out into the world again. Because I really dislike that the way these zones feel structured is like for the 1 hour, 2 hour quest. Oh, my thing is ghosting again. 1 2 hour quest, and then that's it, right? And it's like, oh, man, I want to do more. I want to come back and hear the music and see the world, man. You know, the rare materials isn't enough. The rare materials are really stupid. You do it for like 2 weeks, and then there's no real reason to do it anymore. So like I took down all my zip lines to these things, just run and get them whenever I need them. I don't really need them anymore. But that's my one real gripe, because I'm like, man, you guys made some awesome stuff, and there's like the photographs are kind of cool, but they held our hands so much that it's kind of like you just teleport and take a picture. But I don't know. That's my only gripe. I want to do more. I think that would be fun, especially with the world they're building, right? And like Genshin and Wu-Wa have stuff like that, and I bring up Genshin and Wu-Wa here in terms of like it can be done well. And they can do something different. Whatever they want to do that's different, they can do that and experiment around. I'm in it for the long haul. I know that gacha games are marathons, not sprints, right? Y'all heard me talk about Destiny. Well, not really Destiny, but y'all heard me talk about playing Wu-Wa 1.0, right? How Wu-Wa was kind of... I actually stopped playing. I only came back to play when they showed Jinsei. I was like, oh, that character's cool. I'll play this game again, I guess. But I've been in on Enfield from the jump. Struggled with my factory early on and stuff. So that's all I got to say today. I've been kind of rambling now, which is fine, but I wanted to put this out there as kind of like a weird growth thing for me. Obviously, you all don't know what I was thinking about earlier, but just don't expect me to get caught up in all the drama and stuff of this game and end of service or people hating the game or people glazing the game. Whatever. Look, y'all here, we ain't talking about all that shit, man. You get this video where I talk about it. After that, I ain't talking about it. That whole, I saw it on Reddit a few days, but I didn't really know what it was about. But the whole like revenue thing, the revenue was down. I don't care, man. I don't care. The game is gonna be just fine. It's big enough. It ain't no one getting close to Genshin numbers anyway. Well, I guess Ruben kind of did, but just give me what you got, Griffline. Let's see what you got. Let's get it. And if the game ends up sucking, I'll just stop playing and come back and check it out. Keep tabs on it and play it when it looks like it's pretty good again. You know, so that's where I'm at. I'm just not going on the internet and telling people on Reddit and shit how much I hate a game that I like, or how much I would like a game, or on YouTube comments for a game I don't like to tell everyone else how much I don't like that game. It's not how I'm spending my time, man. Look, I got Thresher learning 2XKO, okay, who's a non-Unga Bunga Rushdown character, which is an archetype I don't play. Apparently he's Unga Bunga giant normals with weird damage scaling on his lantern, but I just saw it on Twitter, so don't quote me on that. So I'm gonna get out of here. Still gonna do the minimum production build. I forgot to talk about that with the factory. A guy, I put my build out into Discord, and the guy was like, "Hey, I saw you say be level 17, region level 17 to use this, but I'm level 14 and I use it." And I was like, "You little motherfucker!" I said, "Don't be 17. Like, don't be 14. Be 17." So I was like, "Okay, fine. Okay, you know, I don't be getting really mad at people like that about that. You know, he's not a little motherfucker. That's my unk talking." But I was like, all right, if this guy's using it, I don't want his build's gonna get bricked pretty quick. All right, so I put out a little video for him and anyone else who might be level 14 that wants to use the build and grow into 14 of what they can turn off, you know. And as I was doing it, I was like, oh wait, man, this is kind of cool. This is like a minimum production build. I was kind of looking at it like there's a way to do minimum production build and reduce how much we're producing for people who don't want to min-max it too much, right? So I might put that out because there's things that can clog and don't matter. The Sheer Knight can clog and like the Jinkow farm can clog, and that won't really matter too much, right? But like your Zircon can't clog. So I'll talk about that kind of stuff in the minimum production build and what people want out of their factory, right? Y'all know what I want. I don't want no cancel symbols. So like my Jinkow clogging and my Sheer Knight clogging is a no-go. But some people don't care, so I'll give them that option and then put that tech out there for people, because 1.3 is a weird build, and I didn't really notice how fast everything builds up until like this week, really, this weekend, when I finally got to see and have the build running for about a week, right? Oh, water. So I'll do that for anyone who would want it. It'll be back to closer to like 1.2 levels, but you know, with all the new stuff in. So we'll see. I'll do that. If not this week, I'll do it this weekend. I'm getting cooked on these damn lily pads. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I'll talk to y'all later.